Welcome back to the channel. Back to 2d6 dungeon. Back to the monster maze, level 8 of the dungeon. 2d6 dungeon was created by Toby Lancaster. His link is in the description. We are standing before a metal door here where we left off last week. We are quite a ways through the dungeon, actually, this floor anyway. We could have checked for a way out there and there, but we didn't. We haven't checked to see if we can go back to the town. I haven't had a reason to. That we are here. We're gonna fill in this section today, and then come around and come up this way and see how far we make it. If we build as much as I did last time, we may make it all the way to the end of this floor. I don't know at the moment. But first and foremost, we got to check and see if this door is locked or unlocked. It is a metal door, therefore on a 4, 5, or 6, it will be locked. We have a 4. We have a locked door. Let's see how strong that lock is. It is a lock of 7. Let's see what we got for lock picks here. Quite a few +2 lock picks. Let's use one of those just because we have so many, not because we need them. For lock picking, we are adding our precision to our check. So for this, 5 with a +2 lock pick is a 7, and we're rolling 2d6. It is impossible for us to not pass that. We've rolled an 8 + 7. We have blown away the lock difficulty. We will use one of those lock picks though. And we will put that away. So turn around and see what's behind the door. We open the door up, pass on through. What we find is the ornate statue room. There are 4 ornate statues here, 1 in each corner. They depict a man with a bull's head. One turns and throws a discus. Roll a d6 and add your shift. 6 or below it hits you, lose d6 + 3 hit points. Alright, we need to get 3 or better. 5, 9. We got 9 total, so we've passed our roll. Let's get out of this room before another one throws something at us. We head over to the archway and pass into a 1x1 room. Decided to go this way, which gave us another 1x1 corridor, I suppose. 1x1 corridor. And we pass through that archway and enter into a 1x3 corridor with 1 exit. We turn through this archway here. We come into a 1x4 corridor. Oh, there's 2 exits to this one here and 1 there. This one would go back towards the ice room, which didn't really want to do. So we went this way. And we find a 1x2 corridor that ended with a dead end. So there was another exit on this way, so we're gonna circle back around to this archway here and see what's over this way. We pass through this archway and we come into a room. It's right up into the corner, and although I know you're not supposed to put an exit on the same wall as what you come into, I rolled that this room was supposed to have 3 exits, and yet it kind of pinched in with the dead end room and the outer wall, so I put an exit out this way on the same wall just to keep the maze going. And being a maze, I felt it was okay in this instance. What we have though is decorative columns. This space is lined with fine columns. They are closely spaced to create a kind of miniature maze. Your path narrows as you see a spear shoot at you. Pass a precision check of 10 of 1 attempt to sidestep it or lose 8 HP. Precision is +5. 2d6 + 5. We got 13, so we passed our precision check and avoided the spear. we make our way through this little maze area. Pass through this archway into a 1x2 corridor. Pass through another archway into another 1x2 corridor. And pass through an archway into a room here. This room is a bull statue. There is a large bull statue in the center. It has a golden ring through its nose worth 46 gold pieces. If you take it, roll a d6. 3 or above, the bull comes alive and attacks. Use Earth Croc stat. Have been taken gold. Obviously, reading this, I know there's a chance it could come alive, but in the instance, I think I would probably attempt to take the gold ring from the statue. Let's see if we succeed in pulling the gold ring without waking it up. We got a 3. We woke it up. It is a statue of a bull, but we are using Earth Croc stats. I am going to use a Minotaur figure and take the statue out. We did get the gold ring. It's not like we didn't get it just because it came alive. We pulled the ring and it woke up. So let's see how much that's worth real quick. 2 1s, 3s. Looking at 8 gold pieces worth of gold ring. We have to fight a bull statue. Let's put the gold ring in our inventory quick. Got gold ring worth 8 gold pieces on our sheet. Now let's fight us a Minotaur statue. We've fought Earth Crocs before, and I'm not going to read the details on an Earth Croc because we are fighting a statue of a Minotaur that has come alive. All we're related to here is our XP that we'll get, the number of shifts he has, the health, I suppose his maneuvers. It's hard for a statue Minotaur to have a tail swing, but I don't think we're going to get 4 teeth from it though. Its maneuvers of a crushing bite is a 3-1, which will be blocked by our leather breastplate, making that one be 2d6 minus 3, and the tail swing is 4-6, which will only be blocked after our Shroud's Curse is in effect. So chop around 1 our turn here. We'll just go ahead and swing at him with a 4-3 for our first swing. Oh, I didn't say it's interrupt of scaly hide is primary 1s, 2s, 5s, and 6s, which covers all 3 of our maneuvers. But does not matter, they're all being subtracted by 3, which Ferocious Strike will remain our best maneuver. With 4 shifts, we can get a 4-3 to be a Ferocious Strike. 2 shifts, change the 4 into a 6, and 1 shift to change the 3 into a 4, making a Ferocious Strike of 2d6 plus 7. 12 points of damage for our first hit. Bringing him down to 53 health. Statue's turn for round 1. We've got 2-5. 3 shifts, we can take that 2-5 and turn it into a tail swing. 2 shifts, a 2 into a 4, and 1 shift for the 5 into a 6. And because of our hit with last attack there, our Shroud Curse is in effect, so this is going to be 2d3 even. There's a 1, there's a 3, a total of 4 damage. Bring us to 76 health, but we will heal back 1 point to 77. Chop around 2 our turn. We land with a 6-4, an exact Ferocious Strike. We still subtract 3 from its interrupt, but we do get to add 4, so that balances out to making this a 2d6 plus 11. 17 points of damage. Bringing him down to 36 health. Statue's turn for round 2. And a 2-1. It only takes 1 shift to change that 2 into a 3 to create a crushing bite. 2d6 minus 3. 8 points of damage. Which will bring us to 69 health. But then we heal back 1 to 70. Top around 3 our turn. Now we have a 5-1. With 4 shifts and 5-1, we can make a Ferocious Strike. takes 3 shifts to change the 1 into a 4, and 1 shift for the 5 to a 6. 2d6 plus 7. 14 points of damage. Bringing him down to 22 health. Statue's turn for round 3. 2, 4, and 3 shift. It would take 4 shifts to make either maneuver, so the statue misses on round 3. Top round 4, our turn. 5 shifts now. And we have a 3-1. It would take 6 shifts for us to make a ferocious strike off of a 3-1, but we can easily make either of the other 2. 2 shifts to change the 3 to a 5, 1 shift to change the 1 to a 2 for a savage glance, the 2d6 plus 4, 10 points of damage. Bringing him down to 12 health. Statue's turn for round 4. Got 4 shifts now. With a 6-3. 6-3, if he had 5 shifts, he could make a tail swing. With 5 shifts, he could make a crushing bite. So again, for round 4, we miss from the statue. Top of round 5, our turn. And we have a 5-4 and 1 shift to create the ferocious strike. 2d6 plus 7. 13 points of damage. And that will bring him to dead. Alright, I've added the experience points on behind the card there. And like I said, I feel like this was a statue that was brought to life. I don't think we're going to get 4 teeth from it as an Earthcroc would have. So that is just all for now. We'll put the card away. Experience is updated, and we are ready to move on to the next room here. Pass through this archway. Step into a 2x1 corridor. Step through that archway into a room with 2 exits. It was a 2x4 room. What we have is a Minotaur hall. In the middle of this shadowy dust bowl of a room is a crouching figure. The Minotaur slowly rises. It charges you and attacks first. If you survive, find a chest in the rear of the room. Roll on chest table 4 with a +2 modifier. Alright, the Minotaur in a very tight space here for camera. That's good. The Minotaur is a creature of myth. Rumor has it that the original dungeon builders captured it in an ancient maze. It is fearless and powerful and will defend its territory with its life. For maneuvers, it has a hoof kick and a horn charge. The hoof kick is a 4-2, which will not be blocked by any of our armor pieces. And the horn charge is a 6-5, which will be blocked by our leather breastplate or bandit shield, but the breastplate is better. Therefore, we'll take that. So for horn charge, it will be a 2d6 -1 plus the special attack, and hoof kick will be a full 2d6 plus 8. For interrupts, they have muscular form, primary 1s, 3s, and 5s, -5. That affects our savage glance. And then it also has horn swing on secondary 1s, 3s, and 5s. And that will affect our twisting stab. So ferocious strike is untouched. So we're going to try and get that as much as possible. He does have 90 hit points, no treasure, 3 shifts. So he gets to attack us first. So this is his charge attack. And we have a 2-1. With 3 shifts, a 2-1 can't be made into either of his maneuvers. So his charge attack fails. And we get to throw an axe at him quick before we take our turn. The axe is 6 damage. Actually, we have a +2 axe, right? Yes, we'll throw the +2 axe at him. 8 damage if it hits without an interrupt. We fail. We fail hard. That axe is gone. I know the rules didn't say anything about critical fails being unrecoverable, but I feel like for sure that should not be recoverable. We just lost our +2 axe. So let's start swinging. Top of round 1, our turn. We have a 3-6 for our first swing. only 4 shifts, we cannot get to a ferocious strike. We can use 3 shifts to change that 6 into a 3 and 1 shift to change that 3 into a 2 to create a twisting stab, which will be 2d6 plus 3. 10 points of damage. That bring him down to 80 health. Minotaur's turn for round 1. He has a 6-5, which is the horn charge is a 2d6 minus 1. 7 points of damage, and we have minus 2 shifts next round. Bring us to 63 health, but we heal back to 64. Round 2, our turn. We only get 2 shifts this turn. He remains at 3, and we roll a 2-1. We can use 2 shifts to change that 1 into a 3 to create a twisting stab. 2d6 plus 3. 9 points of damage. Bringing him down to 71 health. The Minotaur's turn for round 2. And we have a 1-5. 3 shifts. Nowhere near enough to change that 1 into a 6. And not enough for a hoof kick either. Dice are merciful for us this round. Top round 3, our turn. We have a 1-2, 4 shifts now. We could use 4 shifts to get to a savage glance, but we only need 2 shifts to get to a twisting stab, which will give us 1 extra damage, or 2d6 plus 3. 10 points of damage. That'll bring him down to 61 health. Minotaur's turn for round 3. And he has a 1-5 and only 3 shifts, and he would need 5 or 6 shifts to make one of his maneuvers. So we are missed again. Easily dodged the Minotaur. Now he's angry and injured. Top round 4, our turn with 5 shifts. We have a 2-5. 5 shifts. We can take 4 shifts to change that 2 into a 6 and 1 shift to change that 5 into a 4 for a ferocious strike, being the full 2d6 plus 10. 16 points of damage. Bringing him down to 45 health. Minotaur's turn for round 4. We have a 4-6. 4 shifts with a 4-6. It would take 4 shifts to change that 6 into a 2, creating a hoof kick. 2d6 plus 8. 15 points of damage. That'll bring us to 49 health, but then we will heal back 1 point to 50. Top round 5, our turn. And we have a 6-2 this time, and we'll only take 2 shifts, change that 2 into a 4, making for a ferocious strike. Only 13 points of damage though. Bringing him down to 32 health. Minotaur's turn for round 5. A 1-5 again. He has 5 shifts now though, and he can use 5 shifts to change that 1 into a 6, creating a horn charge. 2d6 minus 1. 9 points of damage. Bringing us to 41 health, and then we heal back 1 to 42. And we suffer minus 2 on our shift on our next round. Top round 6, our turn. We are at 5 shift instead of 7. We have a 5-5, and it would only take 2 shifts to change that 5 to a 6 and the other 5 to a 4. Create a ferocious strike. 19 points of damage. Bringing him down to 13 health. Minotaur's turn for round 6. He will have 6 shifts with a 1-4 though. Actually, with the 1-4 and 6 shifts, he can change that into a horn charge again, using 5 shifts to take that 1 from up to a 6 and 1 shift to change that 4 into a 5, creating 2d6 minus 1, 4 points of damage. Bring us to 38 health, and then we heal back 1 to 39. Top round 7, our turn. We will continue to suffer the minus 2 from him on our shifts, so we are stuck at 5 shifts. I believe his horn swing stops functioning now. a movement-based interrupt, which we're at round 7, so that should stop functioning. In muscular form, I feel that's kind of staying there. So the -4 on our twisting stab goes away. The savage glance remains at a -5. So gives us a little better. We have a 5-2. It'll only take 1 shift to change that 5 into a 6, and 2 shifts to change that 2 into a 4 to create a ferocious strike. 2d6 plus 10. 21 points of damage. That will bring him to dead. We get 3,000 experience points for that monster. That's been updated behind the card. And so we are ready to check that chest out in the corner. We can put the Minotaur away, drag the chest out, and we find that it's so cocked. Stuck on the side of the box. It is 11. There are some rusty sword blades here, and in a box wrapped in paper is a rune stone. Roll on rune 2. That will be just 1d6. We get 4, a vortex influx rune applied to a melee weapon, so we can put this on our sword. A surge of power can be channeled through the rune to cause an extra 6 damage on 1 successful executed maneuver. This can be used once per combat. We'll decide to add the 6 points before we roll damage, but after we successfully made the maneuver, 1 time per combat. Figure out how to put that on our... I haven't made better icons. We're gonna have to make some icons. Between this week and next week, I am making some icons for all these rune stones. Well, I don't have to put it on yet because I was gonna hide it up here so I don't forget it, but we have to get it applied to the weapon. We have to make it back to town and apply it to the weapon. So for now, all we have to do is put it on our sheet. There's Yip's rune. Guess we'll fit it in at the bottom here. There we have that. Put that away. Leaves us with either going back that way or trying to connect these 2 rooms up. So let's check this archway out here. Alright, we step through that archway and we find a 1x2 corridor with 1 exit. We pass through that, enter into 1x1 corridor that I forgot to put the sidewalls on. Pass through that. It's not like it can go anyplace else. We pass through that corridor, enter into a 1x2 corridor with 1 exit that connects us back through a longer archway back to the starting room. We have filled in the whole half of a dungeon with only a couple very small openings left. I think we can continue on through this way now. Alright, we pass on through that archway and what we find is a 1x2 corridor with 1 exit. Pass through there and we have a 1x3 corridor with 2 exits. We continue straight into a 1x4 corridor with 1 exit. And we step through that and enter into a 1x3 corridor with no exit. Which means we're going to have to backtrack to this other exit. But I think we have 1, 2, and 3 that we could check to see if we can get out and go back to town. So let's check this room first as we're doubling back. We need a 6, we got a 4. We step back here. Let's check this room. So close, but nope. And we step into this room and check. And no. So no way to the town yet. Which means we're going to go this way, away from the outer wall. We'll have to circle and hopefully get back that way. As I was building out this portion of the maze, I realized that the Minotaur room there was supposed to have metal doors. Kind of forgot that, so it's okay though. That's way in the past. We're gonna go and pass through this archway and enter into a 1x2 corridor. Pass through this archway, enter into a 1x4 corridor. Pass through that archway, enter into a 1x3 corridor. Pass through this archway, enter into a 1x3 corridor. Pass through this archway and enter into a 1x3 corridor with 2 exits though, instead of 1. We are going to turn and go this way, pass through that that archway, and enter into a room, a green slime room. This room feels more humid than the rest of the dungeon. There is some green slime on the walls. It covers the floor also. Roll a d6, add your precision. On a 7 or lower, you slip over. Lose 4 HP. Got a +5 to this roll. And we have a 6. So we nimbly make our way through this archway and enter into a 1x4 corridor that was a dead end. So we back over to this archway. Passing through this archway, we enter into a room that is larger than the rest. This is a seaweed columns room. There are numerous columns here carved into seaweed forms. The light shimmers green. You see something darting around and feel some movement. Nothing feels right. You see something darting around and feel some movement. Nothing feels right. Roll on the traps table. We have an 8. You hear a clicking noise. If there are any doors in this room, they are now locked with locks +2, which this was an archways room, so nothing happened. This room does touch the outside wall, and I would very much like to stop back to the town if possible. This was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, missed out on that roll. I dropped the die on the ground, went searching for it, and found 3 other die before I found the one I dropped. Got back up and rolled the dice to find out if we have an opening to go to the surface, and the camera wasn't on because I had to move the computer while I was looking for the die and unplug the camera. So, dice were rolled. This is what we got. This is a 1, and this is a 3. We needed a 6, and we did not get a 6 off of 7 dice. So we are not going back to town yet. This room had 2 exits to it. We're choosing this one over here. Passing through that archway into a 1x1 corridor. Passing through this archway into a 2x1 corridor with just the 1 archway there. And into a 1x1 corridor, and I lost my guy. Didn't step in far enough. And this was a dead end, so we tracked slightly to this archway and entered into this room. What we have are rounded glyphs. The walls are carved with rough glyphs that look like frogs and lizards. They are embossed. The air is ripe with the smell of swamp gas. If you have a cloth mask, lose 2 HP, otherwise lose 8 HP. There's been many times that I've found something in a chest or a bag or a pouch that says it was wrapped in cloth, and I didn't add it to my sheet to say that I have a whole bunch of cloth, but I do have a chunk of cotton fabric that I could potentially use to cover my mouth and make into a mask. I don't see why that wouldn't work. So let's do that. Lose 2 HP. We're getting kind of low on health. Bring us to 37. This room had 3 exits to it. I was choosing to go this way, through this one. Get out of this gas-filled room as quickly as we can. And we're in this little corridor here. Step through that archway and enter another room. And this room is the King's Lair. There is a shallow pool here, and rising from it is the Lizard King. It snarls and attacks. You must fight the beast. If you survive, you search around and find a small chest. Roll on the chest table 3 with a +3. We are hurting badly. I had paste. I could have been chugging paste on the way here. Applying paste to our wounds on the way here. I didn't. I was looking for getting back to town, not burning through all of our paste. The Lizard King is the largest of the humanoid lizards and is appointed its title because of this. It was found on one of the few lake islands on the surface, captured and released into level 8 for maneuvers, it has a hand chop and a tail lash. The hand chop is blocked by our leather breastplate, making that a 2d6 plus 3. The tail lash is blocked by our metal bracer, making that a 2d6 plus 4. For interrupts, it has scale skin, primary 3s, 4s, and 5s, minus 4. That will affect our savage clans. And then it has a leap backwards on secondary 2s, 4s, and 5s, which will also affect our savage clans and our ferocious strike, but only one interrupt applies at a time. So twisting stab is untouched. Savage clans will be a 2d6 plus 3, and ferocious strike will be a 2d6 plus 6. He's got 70 health, lots of XP, and 3 shifts, but no treasure. But there is a box back here for us to check after we don't die. We are hurting. As I said when I first walked in, we are hurting quite a bit. We have throwing axe though that we can start off the fight with, and we'll throw the throwing axe and see if it's available to be picked back up. With a 5 and a 4, the primary 5 interrupt hits it, and the secondary 4 hits it. So either way, our axe is interrupted at minus 4 damage. The throwing axe normally does 6 points, so it will only do 2, and we can't recover that. So no more axes to throw. He does take 2 points of damage. That will bring him to 68 health. For round 1, we're going to swing at him. Starting off with a 3-6, 4 shifts. It takes 3 shifts to take that 6 to a 3, and 1 shift to make that 3 a 2. If you can find it, there it is. With a 2-3, we have a twisting stab, 2d6 plus 7. 11 points of damage. Bringing it down to 57 health. Lizard King's turn for round 1. He's starting off with a 3-1, and that only requires 1 shift to create a hand chop, 2d6 plus 3. Level 1's 5 points of damage. That'll bring us to 32 health. We heal back 1 to 33. Top of round 2, our turn. And we have a 3-1 this time. It would only take 3 shifts to change that into a twisting stab. So again with a 2d6 plus 7. 16 points of damage. Bringing him down to 41 health. Lizard King's turn for round 2. With a 5-4, he only needs to use 2 shifts to change that 5-4 into a 4-3 or a tail lash. Tail lash is 2d6 plus 4. 9 points of damage. That'll bring us to 24 health. We heal back 1 for 25. Top of round 3, our turn. And we're hitting a ferocious strike directly. So we get to add 4 shifts onto it, but we're also subtracting 4 from the interrupt, so it balances out to be 2d6 plus 10. 16 points of damage. Bringing him down to 25 health. Lizard King's turn for round 3. And a 4-1. He's also getting a direct hand chopped. Oh, he doesn't get to add anything to his. It's just a 2d6 plus 3. Ow, 14 points of damage. That'll bring us to 11 health, but then we heal the 1 back. 12. For round 4, our turn. I feel the need to do something. We're really low on health. He's capable of killing us in 1 hit at the moment. I don't have any healing potions. I do have the paste, but I don't think I can use paste in combat. But something I can do in combat that doesn't actually even affect the combat round, I can still attack even if I do this. And that is all in the favor of a god to get our health back. We have full favor points with Meduva, so let's call on her. Full favor points. Normally, when you call on favor of a god, you roll a d6, try to get the number of favor points or less. Since it's maxed out, I can't really not call in favor. So, like I did with the Radicina, not even going to bother with the roll. We're just going to call in favor, ask for healing, get our full health back, And we'll wipe out Meduva's favor to start that back over again. But she heals us back to full. And now we can take our turn for combat. And our swing is a 4-3. And it'll only take 2 shifts to change that 4 into a 2, create a twisting stab. And we have max damage on our twisting stab. That is good. 19 points of damage. Bringing him down to 6 health. Lizard King's turn for round 4. And he's got a 4-6. It only takes 3 shifts to change that 6 into a 3 or a tail lash. 2d6 plus 4. 14 points of damage. He would have killed us had we not called on healing favor of a god there. Brings us to 86 health, but then we heal back 1 for 87. Top of round 5, our turn. Let's finish him off. We have a 3-1. Takes 2 shifts to change that 1 to a 3, and 1 shift to take the 3 to a 2 or a twisting stab. 15 points of damage. That will make him dead. I'll add the experience points on here behind the sheet, and then we can check our chest over there. Put the Lizard King away, and the chest was chest table 3 with a +3 on the roll. We needed the +3. Total 5. There are some uniforms here. You check them and find 2d6 gold pieces and a turnip. 2 gold pieces. At least it rolled double 1s after the fight, not on our turn. 2 gold and a turnip, which our sack is getting kind of full. We got some dried meat. We got pouch of seeds. We have some acorns. I think I'm just gonna have to throw the turnip in here for now. I don't know if I can make a full ration off of the dried meat, acorns, and turnip. The acorns count towards food? I don't remember. We'll put it up here for now. Put it next to our pouches. That chest is all done. The meat can go back away. XP is updated. This room had an archway exit over here. Fine. Beyond the archway, not much. It is a 1x2 dead-end corridor. Now we do have a corridor, an archway here and one here. Let's go back and start filling in the middle. Although we could go here and try to get outside again. Still want to go back to town. I have a lot of inventory to drop off. Let's do that. Let's go back to town, or try to. We step through the archway and enter into a room that is a stone throne. In this room is an old stone throne. It is covered in dust and cobwebs. A rusty sword leans against it. The sword levitates and flies at you. Roll a d6 and add your shift. 7 or lower, lose 6 HP. Get a +4 on a roll. And we have a 1, total of 5. So we take 6 points of damage. That will bring us to 81 health. This is a 4x2 room that does share 4 blocks with the outside wall. Let's see if the throne is hiding away to town. Yay, we have a 6. We found a way back to town. I think this is where I'm going to end this episode, actually. We find a little hole there, crawl through, hiding behind the throne, and I'm going to do the town stuff off camera this time. I think this is a good stopping point for this episode. When I return, we'll be back here after visiting town. I'll update you on what I sold and bought, and then we'll continue on. Until then, see you next week. Have a good night, good weekend. Bye for now.